I don't think anyone would contest that Rashawn Slater doesn't deserve this. Nobody or does deserve this. I don't think anyone's going to step in and say Slater, no, he's just not deserving of being the highest paid offensive tackle in the NFL. 4 years, $114 million with $92 million guaranteed. I think the biggest part with me, because I don't even want to have the damn debate, the Chargers right now are building what might be the best offensive line in the NFL. Like they are trending
really good
towards that. After what they just got out of Joe Alt and how impactful Slater has been for them at left tackle, and the hope that you get a little bit more out of Zion Johnson as they're trying to test him out at center, they have what looks to be one of the most dominant O-lines. And it's kind of crazy to realize because I don't think enough people give it the love and recognition for it being as dominant as it could be.
It's going to be hard to get that love and recognition. It's great. Alt is a future superstar. He's a future most highest paid offensive lineman ever in the league.
Yeah.
That's what Joe Alt is. And Slater is very, very solid. I thought he was going to take a bigger step after his rookie year. He had a fantastic rookie year. And then second year, I think he got hurt. And he's been trying to build back and find some consistency when he's healthy. He's a very, very good offensive lineman. And the Chargers fans, they're just not going to be happy until they see Quentin Johnston catching some footballs. And unfortunately, saying a bunch of money go to the offensive lineman, you say, yeah, that's great. Okay, I'm happy that that's done. I like having a good offensive line. It's better than not having one. 1,000 times over, it is better to not be struggling with a bad offensive line. But the story one has been the weapons in Los Angeles this offseason, and it has not been a fruitful conversation for how they've been performing so far. And it's not looking good. And it's really unfair for receivers that are just getting taken out of context in practice with clips, but seem to be a lot of drops coming out of Los Angeles. And I think that concerns Chargers fans more than they can be happy about Rashawn Slater getting extended.
Well, I think that you always – wait, what?
Rashawn, pardon me.
Okay. By the way, can you timestamp me on this? I think that if you ask any NFL fan the coin flip of would you rather have a top 5 offensive line or a top 5 receiver room, assuming that quarterback is – that question is answered.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the Joe Burrow deal where the recurring meme that keeps getting posted where it's like option A, Joe Burrow's on his back throwing to Jamar Chase, or option B, he's throwing to nobody and he's got Penei Sewell blocking for him during that draft when that happened. I think that most would lean towards the O-line because you can at least like manufacture things to an extent if you've got bad options to throw to. I also think that if specific to the Chargers situation, their run game is going to be freaking awesome. Omarion Hampton's a battering ram, and then Najee Harris is also a battering ram. So when you take Hampton off the field, you've got another big, massive body who's going to blast through defenders, assuming he can see this upcoming season. So there is at least now, as this offensive line is rounding out, we haven't even talked about Mekhi Becton, who we're really excited about. It's built for what the identity of what Harbaugh wants to do. So as much as we could talk about, hey, it feels like the receiver room leaves a lot on the bone, I don't think many Chargers fans look at this offense and think we don't have what we need to succeed.
I don't think so either. I think all the bones that the Chargers have are at really good places, and the building blocks are solid and really strong. Football fans, you brought up Najee Harris, and here's the difference between football fans and basketball fans. Like NBA Twitter, they can be brutal and cruel, but they're funny about it. Football fans are still dumb clods when trying to crack jokes at NFL players' expenses. Like the Najee Harris, they're trying to make fun of his injury with his face and the firework and all that. It's been bad. You want to make fun of Najee Harris, do it because I saw this stat. One of only 6 players in the history of the league to have never notched a 40-yard carry on at least 1,097 career attempts.
My support for him this offseason is going to look so bad at the end of the year.
Only from Patrick Doherty, only one of the other players listed after 1986, and none played this century. 4 were fullbacks. So the other 5 players that he shared it with of not having 40 yards, 4 of them were fullbacks, and the other was in 1986.
Well, he's big enough to get converted to fullback. I don't know why you wouldn't consider running a two running backs. Like I'd run 22 personnel. If you are uncomfortable with the receiver room,
can you imagine? Oh, you would have to man
I formation Najee at fullback, and you've got Omarion Hampton lined up behind him. You've got 2 tight ends on the field, which you've got a pretty good blocking tight end.
But
room.
Quentin a tight end also. Yeah,
he's not big enough to be doing all that. But you could create so much confusion. This is the wing T team we could be running. We haven't talked about that enough. One of these days, we're going to get a team that's just going to go full wing T.
One thing you're going to get out of this show is you're going to get offensive suggestions that
are only always the wing T or 1960s offense.
But I tell you what, if Los Angeles did that in a couple games, it would be if they playing a team with
it'd be when man, not if man.
When they play a team that has smaller linebackers, if they're supposed to be the small, athletic, jittery linebackers, why not just run it, jam it down their throat 50 times a game? 2 backs,
give it
to 2 tight ends. Who's stopping that? Will it be boring? Yeah. Will it be an absolute medley of clowning on social media? Yes. But I bet Los Angeles wins that football game. I bet they can outstrength other teams. And I think that's a big part of football. If Harbaugh wants to do it, he can do it. And this is a good year to do it.
What's stopping them from running 24 personnel? Do they have enough tight ends for that?
Herbo can run too.
Well, we just go. We bring in the 6th O lineman. We bring in the extra O lineman. So he's one of our tight ends, and then we all 3 tight ends on the roster are on the field, and then we go Najee and we go Omarion Hampton behind him. Run the rock.
There's not many defenses that can stop that are going to step up to that side.
Nobody's got the balls to do that.
There's few.
No.
There's few that could do that. Minnesota maybe. Philly maybe. Philly probably could. They got the big horses on the defensive line.
Philly's probably the only team that I think could trot out.
Denver's got a strong defensive line. But I'm telling you, I think the Chargers could really get out. God, I hate when you sell me on crazy-ass offenses. I want to see it this year. I want to see the Chargers just take over, run boring-ass football, and beat teams.